Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies. So much love, okay? That's 6 kisses, okay? Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and wonderful time wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now, my weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK, it may differ in other places. Well, tiny bit of wind, okay? So it's not like it has been, okay? At the moment it's dry, okay? But, you know, and it's still a bit chilly, okay? So what do? 3, 2, 1. Oh, beam me up, Scotty. Thank you, little light. Juicy and bright. I've definitely got a problem with my old lights, you know. I don't know. Oh, anyway, doesn't matter, my delicious little babies, yes? Anyway, they're shining lovely and bright. Now then, if you do enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe. And if you'd like to comment, also please feel free to do that as well, my delicious little babies. Yes, it's just gone really light all of a sudden anyway. Right now then, sorry, excuse me, let's just have a sip of our coffee, please, and thank you. And we'll see what we have for you today. Now then, excuse me, so we have got the government in our old UK. Now they're saying, so we're going to tick this one off, that they're getting rid of Smart Motorways. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, yeah, Smart Motorways. Now, it has come to their attention, the flipping plebs, okay, that these smart motorways are not working. There has been a rather large number of accidents, okay, because it's common sense. And if you're a driver, yes, if there's no hard shoulder to pull over if there is an issue, okay, well, what can you do? If you've got other traffic and you're all going the same way, yes, and your car, say, for example, just conks out and you've got nowhere to go, well, what happens? What happens? It's common sense. You know, God bless them, but they end up in a flipping accident, don't they? Because the chances are either a lorry or a van or a car is going to crash into you. Do you see? But of course, we were also having those issues with the flipping silly flipping Lego electric flipping cars as well. Do you see what I mean? So the amount of time that, because in our neck of the woods, you know, what have we got? Which ones have we got? Have we got green flag, AA and RAC? I think they're the main 3 actually. Well, I mean, they were flipping inundated, do you know what I mean, with all these accidents, yes? So now the putrid flipping governments have now decided that it is not working. You know, it was another one of their experiments. Do you get me, my delicious little babies? Yes, please and thank you. So I just thought I'd let you know that. Now then, I was listening to yesterday evening, Jamie Foxx, he's an actor, isn't he, yes? Anyway, well, God bless him. Well, he's in hospital, I do believe, so correct me if I'm wrong here, with a suspected stroke, okay? Well, I mean, to me, he looked, you know, not in that way, my delicious little babies, but young, fit and healthy. So why would this man, you know, be admitted to hospital with a stroke? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that's only what I heard, my delicious little babies, only what I heard, okay? So we hope that Jamie Foxx, God bless him, that he gets better, the same as millions of others. Okay, my delicious little babies, and God bless everybody. Okay, now then, what else have I got for you? My delicious little babies. So I was listening to he's a singer rapper, like, yes, and his name is Zuby. Anyway, I happened to listen to him he was talking to these two other men. I cannot remember what they're flipping called now. Okay, anyway, the point is, he was very interesting to listen to. Zuby, Z for Zulu, U for Umbrella, B for Bertie, Y for Yankee. But yes, I'm going to tick you off, Zuby. So yes, so I was listening to him, and he was, you know, he was speaking in a very, what I would call a very calm manner. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but he was just done telling it the way it is. Yeah, so it's a fascinating little interview. I think it must have only been, was it about 20 minutes long or something like that? So yeah, that was interesting to listen to, okay? You know, he's clearly a man with common sense. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, so that's that. Next thing I want to go on to. Now, in America, there's, I mean, I'm not normally one to like advertise, you know, but I will advertise occasionally, okay? But this one was Tucker, you know, like Tucker Carlson. Actually, I like to, not in that way, my delicious babies. Everybody who I mentioned, not in that way, okay? I have to make that very clear. But Tucker Carlson, okay, well, he's on Fox News. He's the main one, do you know what I mean? See, for most, they love Tucker Carlson. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, and, well, it's Tucker Taste, you know, like this, yes? Tests chocolate-covered crickets. My delicious little babies. Okay, now then, so I'm going to tick you off, Tucker. Now then, so anyway, so this man, forgot what his flipping name is now, anyway. So, you know, they were sat outside, and, you know, and Tucker said, yes, well, I will try these chocolate-covered crickets. Do you see what I mean? To try one, yes? And then he had a nibble out of a burger, even though it was like early in their morning to eat a burger, okay? Well, when I watched this, my delicious little babies, right, this is what I have to say. I would say, okay, and if you was to watch it, my delicious little babies, yes, I would say that this was a form of brainwashing. Do you see? To get others, okay, into that way of thinking. Do you see what I'm saying? There we go. I know exactly what that was all about. Yes. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, it's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with it eating bugs, eating crickets. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. And of course, what larger name, you know, he's one of the largest, Tucker Carlson, in America. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yeah, so I could see, there we go, I could see straight away where that was going. Do you see? And I thought, no amount of, and I do not care how well known somebody is, okay? I've got nothing against Tucker, not at all. But I do not care what large name they are. I'm not eating no flipping crickets or bugs, end of. Do you know what I mean? Like I said on another one of my videos, somebody had told me that in Asda, in our UK, that they actually had a section, you know, for crickets and everything. Well, anyway, it ended up apparently in the clearance sale. So what is that telling everybody, my delicious little babies? So, hello, ding, ding, dong, dong. Okay, using me love, that it clearly was not selling as well as what they thought it would sell. Do you see? Because, you know, they try and what that man was explaining, who Tucker was talking to, is like, you know, they put like garlic, onion, you know, so they put all these different things in, you know, just like you imagine a chocolate cricket, you know, if it's covered in chocolate, I suppose it's more bearable to eat for those who wish to try it. But not a liking, not for me, my delicious little babies, no. Okay, and I am not going to be coerced, I'm not going to be forced. No, I have my rights as a woman living on this earth, and I will put into my mouth what I want to put into my mouth. Okay, not for them to bring somebody on as if to say, oh yes, well he's tried it. See, to me, the best way for me to get this across to you, my delicious little babies, it's like celebrities, isn't it? Yes? So, say for celebrity, I'm just saying off the top of my old noddle, yes? So, say you've got a celebrity, yes? And this celebrity, say, you know, they have a new top on, shall we say, yes? So, what happens if somebody's a fan of theirs? Well, what are they going to do? And really, to be honest, we see this on, you know, sites like Instagram. I mean, I personally do not have Instagram. It's not for me. But, I mean, I'm not saying I've got anything against Instagram. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's just not my kind of thing. But what I'm saying to you is, okay, is that you see it a lot. So somebody's wearing a particular top and then you've got other girls out there or whatever it is, yes, or women, and, you know, they think, oh, that top looks nice. So what do? They go out and buy the top. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, this is just the same thing. That's it. So I'm done telling it the way it is. And I stand by, there we go, every word I say. Okay? I'm not falling for that shite. Not at all. Doesn't matter how large your name. Not at all. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I just thought I'd let you know that. But yeah, it would be interesting for you to just take a quick look. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, there is another video. It's just not long been uploaded actually on YouTube, and it's now I'm going to mention it, my delicious little babies. This is going on in North America and Canada. Okay, my delicious little babies. Vaccine, you know, jab, 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 jibby jab. Injured, abandoned, left with declining health. Okay, my delicious little babies. Mounting debt and no help from the government. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay, so we're going to tick that one off. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Okay. Now then, so yes, it seems that there appears to be rather a lot. But if we look at, and that's in old America. So, you know, at the end of the day, we've got it over here in the UK as well. My delicious little babies, it's like they didn't mind dishing it out and forcing and coercing and making others feel absolutely awful and beside themselves if they did not take an experimental. Okay, so we need to get that straight and correct. So they didn't mind dishing it out, but they do not want to pay no compensation, any compo for anybody. But we're seeing, like I said, you know, it's going on everywhere. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So some are going to have a, you know, a large job on their hands. And I did mention gov.uk in our neck of the woods in the old UK, where they've only got like a small window of opportunity now to get in with the vaccine damage payment. Yes, on there. Now, in other countries, it should be on your own website, Smart Delicious Little Babies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But this is what is going on. So they didn't mind doing what they've done and causing all of this and causing all the injuries and passings. God bless everybody. But they do not want to pay. And for the ones in, God bless them, in America, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, and, you know, with their medical bills and everything. I just find the whole lot disgusting, my delicious little babies. Absolutely disgusting. Something else I want to say as well while it's on my mind. Oh, sorry. Please excuse me, another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. I've had like this tickler. Anyway, you know, like in America, and I've got nothing against any Americans. No, I haven't. My delicious little babies, nobody at all. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yes, I'm making a point here. It's like anything that happens in America then comes to our flipping UK. So over in America, like when they do the elections and everything, they call it a rally. Yes. So what they're doing over here then, I forgot to say this yesterday on my video. So, you know, it's not called like, what do they used to call it now? You know, it's like where the campaign, do you see what I mean? They call it campaigning, yes. You know, so the governments, the putrid governments, you know, they go out, talk a crock of shite to man and woman out there. Of course, expect them to believe them, which of course, you know, they fall into that trap for those out there who fall into the trap, very sadly, okay? And then, of course, when they get into power, that's it. But whilst they're doing this, okay, to get into power, whichever one gets in, okay, we know the putrid that we've had for all these years, yes? Well, it used to be called campaigning. Well, that's how I knew it. Okay, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know, my delicious little babies, but I'm telling you. But now, all of a sudden now, it's called a rally. Like yesterday with the ULEZ, Ultra Low Emission Zone, okay, protesting, it's called a rally. Okay, it's like when we go back to, when was it? When they were doing other protests over these past couple of years, yes, and it's called a rally. Do we look like we're in America? No, we're not in America. Do you see what I'm saying? So I've got to be honest, some things pee me off, and that's one of them. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Can the flipping UK not think for themselves? Do you see what I'm not talking about the man and woman, God bless, do you know what I mean, for most. What I'm saying is, can our putrid governments not think for themselves at all? And so they change the wording when the others go, you know, you jump high when I say. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? That's what I've got to say there. So it will never be a rally to me anyway. Do you know? Anyway, I've got no interest in the putrid governments. They just flipping anger me. And any party, I'm not interested in. Do you understand me? Anybody who believes in this shite, well, you know, I'm done saying it. I feel very sorry for whoever it is. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I feel sorry that they're so brainwashed they cannot see. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? That's all I can say. I'm done saying it. Now then, so I was, and I forgot to say this as well, I will not say who it was I spoke to, but anyway, I was talking to a lovely lady, when was it, the other day? Going back a few days ago now, actually, and a lovely lady, okay? Now, she's got a little daughter, okay? God bless her beautiful, dear little soul, little Ben, who's 4 years old. And, you know, God bless, you know, she went blind. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. And, well, parents, you know, apparently, according to what the dear lady explained to me, that, you know, her little daughter, oh, God bless her beautiful, dear little soul, God bless, well, she caught meningitis. I mean, how sad is that, my delicious little babies, to lose your eyesight like that? Oh, God bless. So my thoughts and prayers go out, and very sadly to anybody else, God love them all, you know, who have lost their eyesight in you know, one way or another. Do you understand what I mean? Because I always say for anybody to be able to hear, to, you know, to see, to walk, talk. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, we're very blessed, you know. And for those of us who, you know, we've got, you know, all our limbs, you know, we've got everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? We're extremely blessed, you know. So there's always, God bless somebody worse off, you know. But please, God, that the little girl somehow gets her eyesight back. So all we can do is just send out our thoughts and prayers. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? Oh, God bless. Okay, so that's that. Now, I was listening to another man this morning, and he's somebody who has never come up on my feed before. And he was talking about, I think he's got about, is it 9,064 subscribers? Anyway, a lovely man. He's, you know, he's from our UK. Not in that way, my delicious babies, not in that way. And he was explaining, you know, because he's 55 and his dear daddy's 81. I'm not sure how old his dear mum is. You know, I do not recall hearing that part. So he may not have mentioned, but he was discussing about his dear dad. Now, what had happened was his dear mum and dad had always been very, you know, say active and everything, and always decorated, always doing this. His dear dad always worked hard and everything. Do you know what I mean? Yes, for the home and everything. Yes, we did all that. Yes. Anyway, always keeping themselves busy and everything like this. Yes. Well, what this man who I was listening to, yes, it wasn't a very long video, and what he was explaining is that his mum and dad, God bless them, yes, well, they never told their son, this man, that, well, they went and got the jab. Okay, they got one each. Okay? Now, you know, God bless them, you know, they're elderly. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because they thought, and he did use the swear word on his channel, which I will not use, but he said the bees, you know, with the old box in the corner of the room. Do you see what I mean? He was, you know, I would say upset about it, very. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, so fast forward, so his dear dad, you know, he went to the shop, you know, to the local newsagents, you know, to go and pick up a paper, you know, like what he's done for years, God bless. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And so he's walking back from the shop, his dear dad, well, then he went blind in one eye. So he thought, well, because of the ambulances, because of everything, you know, because it's very difficult to get an ambulance these days, most of the time, in our UK, okay? And many, God love them, would experience this very sadly, okay? So his dear dad, he called a taxi, got into a taxi, went to go and see, you know, the eye hospital, okay? They said, well, it's not going to get any worse, okay? And, but, well, basically at this point, they can do nothing about it, nothing at all, okay? Now, something else that's happened, and, you know, so what this poor man was saying, you know, about his dear dad and everything, yes, is that he said that he cannot, you know, because he had to be careful about what he was saying on his channel. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because, you know, as we very well know, old YouTube picks up on many things, don't they? Okay? So But now all of a sudden, his dear dad, okay, not only has he lost his eyes, you know, his eyesight in one eye, but on top of that, he's now got Parkinson's disease, which, of course, he never had before. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So please read in between the lines there, my delicious little babies, do you say? Of course, we're hearing about, very sadly, yes, many things globally. So I'll have to see whether this video stays up. But anyway, God bless the dear man. And God bless his dear mum and dad, you know, not in that way with the dear man, do you know what I mean? I genuinely felt so sorry, but what this man was saying was, you know, this other YouTuber, is that he was saying that he feels really blessed, you know, to still have his dear mum and dad here, and they're in their early 80s. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But a very upset man indeed. And to be honest, I do not blame him at all. But of course, you know, he has to be careful about what he says on his channel. And of course, as much as he can have a lot of positivity, you know, with his comments and everything, well, I mean, you are going to get some who just very negative. Oh, how can you say that, you know, that it is this or this is that? Well, again, we come full circle. It's, you know, circle, circle, circle. It's the brainwashed ones, you know, who are not seeing very clearly. No, clear, seeing clearly. Do you see what I mean? But I felt really sorry for him. It was only a short video, but I felt really sorry for him and his dear mum and dad, you know, going through this. Do you see what I mean? But, you know, at the same time, I thought, well, keep doing your videos, my little lovely, not in that way. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, but he was just expressing how he felt in the best way that he could with what he could say on his video. So God bless him. I hope his dear dad, you know, gets better. Do you know what I mean? Yes? But he clearly loves his dear mum and dad very much. And why shouldn't he? Do you understand what I mean? So, yes, you know, it's just so sad, isn't it? So, yeah, so that's that. Now, finally, what I want to talk about. I'm pretty sure that I said it on one of my other videos, but I am going back months ago now, okay, my delicious little babies. But I want to mention this again. I actually did say to the dear lady who was explaining, God love them both, about her dear little daughter, a little Ben, you know, who went blind. There is a healer. Of course, I haven't looked up. I mean, I've looked just to see whether his video is still on YouTube, and it is, okay? But I haven't looked up on my other search engine. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, I mean, who I use is DuckDuckGo, so many of you delicious and wonderful little babies will know that, okay? So I haven't looked up, but he has, this dear gentleman, not in that way, my delicious little babies, he has 2 healing centres. I'm pretty sure that they're in Ireland, okay, because he's Irish, okay? So for those of you who would be interested in taking a look, and I am going to advertise this dear gentleman, okay? Which of course, you know, I've known about him some years, there we go, some years back, okay? Now, what it is, okay, if you was to tap into the old space bar, yes, my delicious little babies, yes, Danny Gallagher, okay, Gallagher, G for Gertie, A for Apple, L for Lima, A for Apple, G for Gertie, H for Harry, E for Echo, R for Romeo, Gallagher, yes, because that's a proper Irish name, okay? Danny Gallagher, 7th son, so you spell it as in not the number 7, but 7th, okay? Please and thank you, my little lovelies. 7th son of the 7th son, okay? Then if you look in the old subscribe, it should then say the same as the title that you have typed in to the YouTube space bar. My delicious little babies, please and thank you. Now, you'll actually see who this dear gentleman is. Now, what he does is he actually, well, see, but when I looked up, this was years ago. But, because I actually read up on him, yes. But what it is, you see, what's really important here is when you get the seventh son of the seventh son, this is flipping banging, bang, 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 super duper important, okay? Because it means that they will have either, it would either be psychic or medium or healing, and in this case, healing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And he's a super duper wonderful healer. He's fantastic, in fact. Yes. Okay. I actually told this dear lady, I said, please, I says, you know, just type in, you know, Danny Gallagher. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because what he does, which I think is absolutely wonderful. I'm not sure if he does now, because, I mean, don't forget we had the old pandemic and that, didn't we? So I'm sincerely hoping, please, dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that he hasn't, do you get what I'm saying to you? Jab, 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 jibby jab. Do you see what I mean? Because you've got one flipping banging healer there, okay, who has helped thousands. Do you see, there we are, do you see what I'm saying? Yes. So he travels, well, up until when I, you know, read it, yes, he travels all over the UK, you know, to different, you know, hotels. Now, at the time, how much did he charge? At the time, when I read up on him, but that was at the time, okay, so I'm not sure about now, or, do you see what I mean? But the point is that he only charged £25, okay, which is super duper wonderful. Now, that's what he do. So when, say, others in different parts of the old UK, when they knew that he would be arriving, do you see what I mean, to come into healings, they would go and see him, okay? You know, at his, whatever hotel he's at his hotel room, not in that way, my delicious little babies, yes? But he does a special, do you see what I'm saying, yes? Really special, wonderful gentleman. God bless you, Danny Gallagher, okay? Now then, but like I say, he does, according to what I've read years ago, he does have 2 healing centres in Ireland. Okay, so it's worth just taking a look, my delicious little babies. But anyway, one of his stories was to do with this dear mum and dad, going back years ago now. They actually had baby twins, okay, oh, God bless. And what happened was, both of the little baby twins, I do believe they're baby twin girls, they were both blind. Okay, that's what made me, do you see what I mean? And to say it to that dear lady, do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And even if that other YouTuber sees my video, somebody else may, you know, with Danny Gallagher, do you see, at least to look up to see whether he's still, do you know what I mean? Or whether he's just doing his healing in Ireland. I'm not too sure at this moment in time. I need to have a look again, you know, because I haven't looked for years, okay? But the point is, so this dear mum and dad years ago contacted Danny Gallagher, okay? They'd either stumbled across him or something had happened. I cannot remember whether they stumbled across him or whether somebody had told them, yes? And anyway, so he went out to this dear mum and dad and the little baby twin girls. And what Danny was saying was, I was reading it, oh, God bless him, yes? And he was saying, oh, you know, he was really worried about it, because what it was, you know, to do the healing on the little, you know, baby girls, yes? With the mum and dad there, okay? You know, they were present, yes, God bless, yes? Well, you see, what he was a bit, you know, which you would be as a healer, I get him straight away. Do you see? Because I'm a qualified, and there we go, angelic healer. Do you see? So I get what he means. You know what I mean? If you're going to help somebody, you're going to really do what you can to help that man or woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So I got him totally when I was reading all up on him, yes? And what he was really concerned about is that it was just in case, say that he had healed the one little baby girl with her eyesight, but then the other little baby girl, what he was worried about is if, do you know what I mean, if for some reason it wouldn't happen that way, so you would have had one little baby girl with her eyesight and the other little baby girl without her eyesight. But as it turned out, all my delicious and wonderful little babies that you are out there, what excellent news, and that was years ago, and he returned both the little baby girls' eyesight. Look at that! Isn't that flipping wonderful, my delicious little babies? How beautiful is that? And even from the time when I read, you know, he's still friends with their dear mum and dad. And he felt so blessed, you know, he just felt truly, truly blessed from the heart, you know, that it worked, you know, so that the beautiful little baby girls, you know, and the dear mum and dad's baby daughters, you know, that they both had their eyesight. And I do believe up until that time when I read, actually, they still had their eyesight. So it's not like it had returned and then disappeared again. No, they were truly blessed. Yes, please God, forever. But isn't that a wonderful story, my delicious little baby? Sorry, isn't it wonderful? So please, to those of you out there, I mean, I've got to be honest with you. So I'm just going to tick you off our lovely little Danny. Not in that way, my delicious little babies, but that poor dear gentleman, you know, works, well, up until that point when I read, I'm just going to close my book. Nothing more to say. Well, he was working 6 days a week. Do you see what I mean? So he worked super duper hard to help as many as, there we go, as what he could. And what was wonderful is that, you know, he never charged, you know, extortionate prices. Do you see? So that's something else that I've said to others. They just have to be careful about. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's like for me being qualified with my certificate, yes, so I can only charge up to a certain amount. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious baby? So for an hour, and we do not have a lot of angelic healers, qualified angelic healers in our UK. You know, it's not advertised as much as, say, and that's no disrespect to any healer, by the way. No, not at all. You know, because they're all there to help somebody, yes. Do you see what I mean? So I didn't, you know, mean it that way. I did not. But for me, for an hour, it's £30. So, you know, you can charge £30 an hour. For me, you know, with my certificate, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So for Danny to charge, do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But to be honest, I would normally charge 25 for 45 minutes. Do you see? So, you know, so yes, his price, you know, was right. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But you will have others out there, my delicious little babies, very unfortunately, who are greedy little flipping hogs. Do you know what I mean? Yes. And they just want the ka-ching, you know. So to be able to find an excellent healer, my delicious little babies, well, whoever you are out there and anybody who you know, well, let me tell you, it's truly a flipping blessing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Because there are some fabulous healers, okay? It's just that sometimes you do not always, very sadly, you do not always hear about them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But yeah, good on our lovely Danny, God bless him, do you know what I mean? But I hope he's all right. In fact, I think I'll, you know, look up later and just see if he's, you know, I'm hoping, please God, you know. But I just feel that when you do that line of work, job role, I really do not think that, you know, feel sorry that you ever, well, I wouldn't anyway, you'd never retire from it now. Do you see what I mean? It's something that I'll always do. Do you see what I mean? But I've been a healer all my life. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But, you know, you get a certificate for that particular, you know, what I was sort of sent to do, really. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But yes, a wonderful, excellent healer there. So I can only hope, God bless, that he's all right. His dear little self and his dear little wife. Do you see what I mean? Yes. Anyways, that's the end of the video. See if any of you just want to look him up, or if you know somebody else, do you see what I mean? And just see when he's next in the UK, or maybe you'd like to look up, you know, to see where his healing centres are in Ireland. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But yes, he donates his time, and God bless him. God bless. Do you see? And that's what true healers do. There we are. That's what true healers do. Do you see what I mean? If somebody knocked on my front door now and said, you know, Carla, can you know, could you do me healing? I'll say yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Because that's what happens. And when you go to a healing centre, that's what happens. You know, it's not like you're on a like an appointment basis, really. For most of them that I've known, anyway, and I do not know a lot of them, but for most, you know, you can just knock, or you can just call on the old dog and burn, just inquire, and then, you know, just turn up. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, okay. So that's the video. So thank you so very much for listening, my delish little babies. Okay, now until my next video. So much love to you all. Please keep smiling, you know, okay? Please continue to feel the love, okay? And please give hugs to any family members, friends, or some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're wonderful, juicy and delicious, and that you love them so, okay? And please keep the vibration high, okay? So once again, you know, thank you, you know, for even taking the time to listen to me. But as I've said months ago, and I'm going to repeat it again, are we having a party? That, you know, YouTube, some of my videos just do not seem to, this is quite amazing, that, isn't it? You know, there was one the other day, what was it, 432 views, and then you look at my other ones and you're lucky if you get 6. Do you follow what I'm saying to my delicious little baby? Oh, one more thing just before I go. I was listening to another man, not in that way. My delicious little baby's not in that way. I've advertised him before, weeks ago, okay? Because I only advertised, you know, just my small selection of who I advertised, you see what I mean? Who I thought was, and I still do, super duper wonderful. Do you see what I mean? Yes, you don't have to listen back anyway to find out who they are. But he was saying, what is it, that he's part of his YouTube. He's worked ever so hard, you know, because he's a YouTuber, yes? And, you know, and he's good, God bless him, do you see what I mean? He gives out useful information. Do you see what I'm saying, yes? Well, there's a video that he put up. I was listening to it yesterday evening. A certain video that it seems that the old YouTuber was not a liking. So he's lost part of his, what is it, revenue, like, ka-ching. Do you see? Just like that. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's a shame because, you know, he relies on that. God bless him, do you know what I mean? So, you know, him and his little family, his wife and his little son. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So these are the things that are happening. And then he was talking about, just one more sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. He was talking about, we're having a party again. See, my lights is a problem with these. I think I need to get some new ones. I hope not. I can rectify the problem, yes? To do the shadow banning, So, like, what he was saying was, and sorry, sweet, because that was the end of the video, but I just thought I'd just mention it. You know, I know who it is. I'm not going to say. You'd only have to listen back, you know, where I said I'll just mention, you know what I mean, over the weeks, and then you'd find out who it is, yes. So, you know, because I don't want to really get your man there into any more bloody trouble. Well, anyway, no, I haven't got him into no trouble at all. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, I only heard about it. Do you see what I mean? But what I'm saying is if you mention, you know, it could just create, you know, so it's not fair. Do you see what I'm saying? And that would be for anybody. Do you see what I mean? Yes. But the old shadow banning, so like where he was getting thousands of views, well, that just went down. My delicious little babies. So, well, it meant that he wasn't getting many at all. Do you see what I'm saying? So it was very clear that something was going on, wasn't it? But I've got the same. I've got exactly the same. There we go. Problem. Do you see? It's like, you know, it's like you just feel sometimes like you cannot talk about this, you cannot talk about that, you can't. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But there was something about that particular video that fetched that many views. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So it's amazing what gets, shall we just say, cherry picked. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? But that's life, isn't it? So, but the way I see it is, if somebody's kind enough to listen, well, God bless you and thank you for listening. And if something I say could help somebody else, who's somebody out there so very kindly who listens, knows, well, that's a bonus, isn't it, my delicious little babies? Yes. But I just tend to talk about different things, if you know what I'm saying to you, yes? Rather than sort of just stick to one thing. Do you see what I mean? You know, it's whatever comes into me old noddle, if you know what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? Or if there's something that I feel is useful, yes? You know, it may be useful to some, maybe not others, but that's the freedom, you know what I mean? There's millions of videos on all different, you know, platforms. Do you see what I'm saying? To take a look at. Do you see? Have a good old butchers. That's what we say. It's only a figure of speech, man, to the little babies, yes. So until my next video, you just take care now and God bless. And yes, I hope that his views go up, you know, and they stop shadow banning him, because that's not fair, you know, not when that's your living. Do you know what I'm saying to you? It's very naughty. Anyway, so you just take care now. So much love. God bless. Thank you. Goodbye.